Hello everybody, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. And in this one, you guys are pretty much going to get a double dose of a little bit of everything. Two gameplays, but they're both free-for-all. One of them is just a regular pub slaying free-for-all where things are relatively easy, and the second one is going to be what I would like to call a competitive free-for-all, because there's another 2 or 3 players in the lobby that are good. And by the way, if you play at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and play all night, that's pretty much what you're going to run into. You have a much higher chance to run into players that are definitely better in one way or another. And at the end of the match, and at the end of the second gameplay, one of them sends me a message, and I reply back. So in a sense, there's like a story within a story here within the gameplay, but that's not what this commentary today is about. Today's commentary is a little bit about 2 subjects. More likely the COD curse and my personal Call of Duty curse, and I'm also going to be talking about a little bit about the competitive scene, because COD Champs is now over and the big tournament of the year took place. And first out, big shout out to Team Envious for winning. I follow a couple of their players here on YouTube, and I watch them, and I've learned a few from Apathy, for instance. So congrats to him for winning his first COD XP. His first COD Champs, definitely deserves it. He's an amazing player. And congratulations to JCap as well. He is officially #1 in the most money won from tournaments list. So which is a big feat for any player, for that matter, regardless of what competitive game you play. So congrats to him. Anyway, and congratulations to the other 2 players, which I think it's Slasher and John, if I'm not mistaken. I don't follow Envious too much, so I don't know. I don't follow too many teams, and I don't follow competitive as much as some of the hardcore competitive fans might follow. But congratulations to their whole team. They definitely deserved it. They definitely played the best out of anybody else throughout the entire tournament, so therefore they deserve to win. And back on topic here. It seems like every single year when there's a new Call of Duty that comes out, I seem to be cursed. I have my own COD curse, and I know that not everybody plays the game as well in the first month as they would, like, let's say, a few months later. By the time January rolls around, or February, everybody pretty much has the game down. We play it a hell of a lot better. But for some reason, I just feel like I have it worse. And in some ways, this kind of relates to OpTic almost, in a sense, because a lot of things that have been brought up lately, especially after this year's tournament, are these guys cursed? Is OpTic Gaming cursed? Because they have pretty much a stacked team. I mean, you got Scump, who's the best SMG player in the world, who's been said to be the best SMG player in the world, and I pretty much agree. Although there are other few players that come really close. But for the most part, it is Scump, and then you've got Formal, who is arguably the best assault rifle player ever. And then you've got Crim6, who's won more tournaments than anybody else and just basically carried complexity during Black Ops 2 and Ghosts. And he's won more tournaments than anybody. And you've got Karma, who's won COD Champs twice. I mean, that's no easy feat. I don't think anybody else has done that. So, and the thing is, these guys have been dominating pretty much 90% of the tournaments all year, and everybody was pretty much expecting them to win this year. And let me tell you, that is extra added pressure. I mean, just to have the amount of pressure to basically win a COD Champs is enough pressure on itself. I mean, you've been playing all year, you've been practicing your ass off. This is the major tournament of the year. Even if you won no tournaments, this tournament, because of the amount of money involved and because it's COD Champs and it's the last one of the year now, it's like there's a lot of pressure on that in and of itself. And everybody is bringing their A game times 10 because everybody just wants it. It's the most prideful tournament. It's the most money-making tournament. So everybody wants to win badly. And the thing is, these guys in OpTic Gaming, they're extremely popular. Their fan base is extremely huge, and they have tremendous amount of support. But at the same time, if you look at it from a player's perspective, that is extra added pressure, because when you're expected to win, it's extra added pressure, especially after last year, since the same thing happened last year, to where they won pretty much 90% of the tournaments in Advanced Warfare, and then all of a sudden they placed 7th at the end of by the time Champs rolled around. It seems like ever since then, there's been added pressure since that happened. And, the thing is, from a player's perspective, when you've got that much pressure, I mean, you got pressure from the haters that keep on saying OpTic suck. You got pressure from extra added pressure, as well as support from the fans that are expecting them to win. You've got pressure from themselves because they've been winning almost every single tournament beforehand all year. And then you've got everything. And the thing is, all of this makes the biggest difference. Like, the last thing you need is extra pressure. And the thing is, I don't think it's as much of a curse. I mean, it very well could be. But I think it's because of the added pressure that they add to themselves for their own expectations, as well as the pressure that they're getting from the fans, from their popularity, from social media, and all these other different kind of things. And as well as their performance from the rest of the year. So, with that being said, it could be a curse, but at the same time it may not be. I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be a mixture of both. And the thing is, with me, is going back to the original idea of this commentary, is that like with me, for instance, when a new Call of Duty comes out, it's like, for some reason I put extra pressure on myself to play better. Now, I don't play competitive. I'm just a pub player that's been playing for a while. I enjoy pubs, and the thing is, I have, it's like from the last Call of Duty, I have certain expectations of myself, and for some reason, sometimes if the pressure gets a little too big, or if I put too much pressure on myself to perform better, it could backfire and just make it harder or worse because of, I don't know, added unnecessary anxiety and all these kind of things, which is exactly what the pros go through. But from their perspective, it's a lot more understandable because they're actually competing for money. They're competing for, all the bragging rights, and they're competing for something that really truly matters. But the thing is, also, what matters depends on the individual person. For some people, the littlest things matter. So with that being said, that's something that is to be respected too. But when you put everything together, everything does count. So it's really hard to say whether it's a curse or not, and it very well could be. But with that being said, it's just one of those things that it is what it is, and you just have to deal with it as best you can. And the thing is, in the end, when you look at everything, and when you try to predict things, I mean, it's really hard to predict things sometimes. And the fact of the matter is this: no matter how good you are, no matter what the odds are, I mean, you can't win them all. That's a fact. You really can't win them all. You can only do so much, and which is something that I've been saying to myself a lot lately. It's like, one person can only do so much, or one team can only win so many, or sooner or later something's going to happen. And the thing is, sometimes they say the person that is the hungriest ends up winning, and that is true, but it is also a little bit of luck has something to do with it as well. So who knows? It's pretty much a mixed bag, but it is quite interesting. But if I were to ask, if somebody were to ask me, do you think OpTic is cursed? I would say not really. I could see why it would seem that way, but I would say not really. It's just added pressure. That's all it is. And if that pressure pretty much doesn't exist for them in other tournaments, it's just in COD champs. So as far as COD champs, are they cursed? No, they just have so much pressure that it seems like they're cursed. It's disguised. It seems like a curse, but it's just something else. It's added pressure, added anxiety, added whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. And it's really hard, no matter how good of a team you are, when you have that extra added pressure on you, it is extremely difficult to overcome, regardless of skill and regardless of situation. It is difficult. So, but with that being said, it is what it is. I guess we all have our battles or whatnot. So, and one more other thing I wanted to talk about in this video before I close it out here in a couple minutes, is that basically I started streaming again. I started streaming last week. I streamed for one day last week, and then I streamed for another day, but I streamed twice. And for those of you guys that saw the first stream on Monday, or late Monday or whatnot, I didn't realize that the quality was that bad until it was too late, because I kept on looking at the chat instead of scrolling up and looking at the stream quality all the time, because it seemed to look good in the beginning, but at the end it was it turned out to be a little bit of a lower quality, so it looked choppy. So I apologize about that. But I streamed again a little bit later, and what ended up happening was I definitely upped the bitrate, and the stream is of much higher quality. So for those of you that want to see that, you can feel free to click on the most recent one, because that one is of much better quality. So yeah, every Monday and Tuesday, or Monday or just Tuesday, I will be streaming, unless something comes up along with the videos and stuff. So so yeah, that's pretty much it, and it's a lot of fun. So I will continue to do it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's a I thought it was a pretty interesting subject, and I wanted to make this video sooner, but I figured I'd just focus a little bit on streaming as well to kind of keep the balance there, and as well as, you know, making videos. So you're gonna get both. So as long as my Mondays and Tuesdays continue to be as open as they are right now, I will continue to stream because it is a lot of fun, especially when somebody comes in. So, and apparently some people watch it afterwards because of schedule, which is pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And I've always wanted to do live commentary sessions, so I figured streaming is definitely better. So, and you guys can see the whole thing from start to finish for those of you that like to watch a lot in that sense. So. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know down in the comments section, what is your opinion? Do you think OpTic is cursed, or do you kind of somewhat agree with what I'm saying, as in it's just added pressure that they add to themselves from their competitive nature, as well as from their surroundings? In other words, from, you know, the fans, the haters, and, you know, from the performance that they had last year that ended up being pretty much identical to what happened this year. They placed 7th twice, 2 years in a row. So I would like to know your opinions about it. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section below. Once again, congratulations to Envious for winning. You guys deserved it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, let me know, and if you don't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.